Okay, so maybe it's point number 3 or something, but but point number 2 is that we're the birthplace of the real Green New Deal. So the Green New Deal, many people may have heard of it, especially as it gained a lot more media attention after it was adopted by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and the small wing of progressive Democrats around 2018. But the Green New Deal has existed for much longer than that, and it was originally commissioned as kind of a study with the global Greens, dating back to I think 2006 or 7 or so is when it was originally started as a project. And the original versions of it were carried out as a research project by the Green Party of England and Wales to create the original Green New Deal. And it got a lot of attention in European elections, and that brought it to the U.S., where it was adopted first by Howie Hawkins when he ran for governor in 2010, and then by many Greens aside from him across the country. It became part of the presidential platform for Jill Stein in 2012 and 2016. And of course, Howie Hawkins himself became the presidential nominee in 2020, where it's expanded into a really nice, very explicitly eco-socialist Green New Deal, which is now officially part of the Green Party's platform. It was recently voted in by the Green Party's National Committee, which, if you're not sure what that means, we'll get to that a little bit later today, around point 10 or so, I think. But the point is, the Green New Deal started with the Green Party. It's the original Green New Deal, and it's also still the most comprehensive and best Green New Deal, partly because it's eco-socialist, whereas the one that was championed by some Democrats is very firmly neoliberal. It's very firmly about giving money to corporations and letting them do whatever they want, as opposed to the eco-socialist Green New Deal pushed by the Green Party, which is about enabling community control and community power over our energy system and our food systems and all the things that we need to change in order to deal with climate change. So the Green New Deal is its own whole subject that'll take a whole presentation. So I kind of just link here, check out the website, howiehawkins.us, if you want to learn more about the eco-socialist Green New Deal. But it has a lot of really great stuff in it, and it's very different in character, even if on the surface it has the same name, and on the surface it supposedly deals with climate and all. The Democrat version of it is about give money to corporations, stall the transition as much as possible so that fossil fuels can keep hanging on and doing more things, and ultimately keep the capitalists in charge, which is very different from our Green New Deal, which is a very urgent, rapid transition to renewable energy. And as we do so, we ensure a just transition with an economic bill of rights, and we ensure that the new things that are built, the new renewable infrastructure, is in control of communities where it should be, democratically controlled bottom up instead of by corporations.
Yeah, and when Garrett mentioned that it first came into campaign policy in 2010 in the United States, Howie was probably the largest, the biggest name being associated with that. Because he was running for governor of New York at the time, but over 100 Greens around the country in 2010 ran under a unified Green New Deal platform.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we've been over a decade running on this platform, updating this platform until it's what's now the most updated form of Howie's 2020 eco-socialist Green New Deal, which is now official with the national platform. And Garrett also mentioned what most people were probably think about it in terms of AOC and the Progressive Democrats, right? And we actually have a direct line. AOC's campaign manager, when she won her House seat, was an ex-Green who ran Green campaigns that ran on the Green New Deal and took it with him to the Democratic Party when they ran, right? So we actually have the direct lineage of the theft of that. But where's the Green New Deal now, right?
Yeah.
When you look at the Democrats, they abandoned it completely, right? Progressives have, and there was the non-binding, group that was pushing for the Green New Deal, but then there was also the Progressive Democrats' Thrive agenda, which was actually better than their proposed Green New Deal, but it's all gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
They completely abandoned it in the name of Build Back Badly, right? And the climate sections of the that was passed under the by the Democratic Congress recently and championed by the Biden administration. Like Garrett said, it's about paying corporations to be better. It's about tax breaks for or subsidies for electric cars that the working class can't afford even with a subsidy, right? It's about opening up 600 million square miles to oil and gas. That's in the Build Back Better bill, right? That's supposedly a climate bill, but tucked inside of it is a massive gift to the oil and gas industry, right? So yeah, we've been pushing this for a long time, and I called the Democratic Party the graveyard of social movements earlier, and the Green New Deal is a great recent example of that, where they picked it up, they hijacked it, they watered it down, and then when politics came into play, the progressives put their tails between their legs, threw it in a closet, and shut the door. Right? They've completely forgotten about it at this point, and we're back to the Green Party being the only advocates for a Green New Deal at all, let alone a real Green New Deal.
Yep.